for joining us today. We're on our webcast. We're going to be discussing Canada and cutting rates. A couple days ago, we saw Tiff Macklem, the governor of the Bank of Canada, make an announcement in Winnipeg, and he was wearing an orange tie.
Well,
Did you notice that?
yeah, you bet I did. Well, he pointed it out because it was game seven was we're recording
Stanley
this on
Cup.
Tuesday, and he gave his speech before that very disappointing game last night, game seven.
Mhm.
We have some clients in Edmonton, actually, I was thinking of, and I just noticed they posted a photo on Facebook. They were all, it looked like they were having a party, and they were all wearing their Oilers jerseys.
Jerseys.
And by the way, I couldn't believe the whole arena on Friday in Edmonton. They all wear the Oilers jersey. I couldn't, like, almost
Yeah,
100%. So
yeah, it's amazing.
it must have been a fun time to be in Edmonton. We got a taste of
Mhm.
it a few years ago when the Raptors won,
Yeah.
and we got a taste of it with the Leafs in what was it, 1967? So
67.
yeah, wasn't that the last
Yeah,
time they won the Stanley Cup? It was in the
I
late.
don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
So
Don't have
anyway.
that date.
But
Okay.
anyways, the speech was better than the game.
Hmm.
And he talked about two things. One was that the labor force in Canada has some slack in it, which means that there are people eager to work but having trouble finding that first job.
Yeah, so you're talking predominantly of immigrants or students looking for a job,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so his point is that because there's slack in the labor force, we can get some economic growth that will not be inflationary because of the
Hmm.
labor slack. The second is he commented on Canada's productivity emergency, and that's the word they're using, which is very
Right.
refreshing to hear because
Hmm.
you don't often hear it from the government. But Canada used to be just as productive as the US. Right now, we're about 70% in comparison. So
Yeah.
um, it's a big problem. He's talked about three three buckets to look at to address productivity. The first are just framework policies. So those are
Hmm.
things like low inflation, free trade, competitive taxes. The second is the different regulations between provinces creates a big
The
burden on
differences.
businesses. And then the
Hmm.
last one is just the length of time that it takes for projects to get approved in this country. So he said
Yeah.
those are things they can the latter two are probably easier to address than the first, but
Hmm.
those are some things they can look at to make this country more productive.
Yeah.
But in
Not
terms
to
of the
mention with, sorry?
no,
I was just
let's
gonna say about there, it will also impact like, I guess 60% of Canadian or mortgages, outstanding mortgages
yeah,
are like renewing in the next couple of years. So
yeah.
most Canadians are locked in usually at an average of 5 years. And those
Mhm.
terms come up every 5 years where they have to renew into a new interest rate.
Yeah,
So bringing the rates down will definitely help out majority of those Canadians.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's a unique problem that Canada has that the States does not, and that south of the border, you get a 30-year
they're
mortgage, and
right.
that only changes if you move or if you refinance it. So
Hmm.
I don't think Canada's going to follow the same path as the States in their monetary policy. So the first cut happened earlier this month here, and I think we keep seeing cuts until we get to a benchmark rate of maybe 3.5%. Right now it's
Hmm.
4.75. So
Right.
that gets you, they cut 25 basis points at a time.
Sometimes
So,
a little more than that. Sometimes
well,
there's
yeah,
been more than that.
they did do
Aggressive.
50. Yeah, they did
Yeah.
50 at a 50 basis point hikes a few times. But
Hmm.
the next meeting is July the 24th. It's a 50-50 chance whether they cut at that meeting or wait until September. I think they'll probably cut. We get another inflation report before that meeting. The next inflation report comes out on the 16th. And today's number for the month of May came in higher than expected. The market was expecting 2.6% inflation. It came in at 2.9. So that's the reason why they might pause at the next meeting, but we'll see what the next inflation report shows for
We'll
June.
see.
And so in terms of the stocks, I think what'll happen is as we see rates go down, the dividend paying stocks will be the ones most sought after because there's a lot of people with GICs that will want to replace that lost income from somewhere. And I think
Right.
dividend paying stocks are an obvious candidate.
Right. Provide an income stream. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've been adding those in recent months, and we're quite confident with the position we've put on. So
Yeah.
time will
Okay.
tell.
We shall see.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Patty.
Thanks, Jeff.